Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Monster, and I'm joined with my co-host Sidequester.
Hello, I'm Sidequester. Welcome back to the channel. This is my co-host, Lukeness Monster.
You pointed the wrong direction. Yeah, there we go. And this is Summer in Space. This may all be happening right now. Today, we have a pretty exciting episode planned for you because if you guys did miss it, there were some brand new Black Series re-releases last week that kind of just dropped out of nowhere. And there were some pretty good re-releases. I won't go over them here, but I do have a news video up on the channel if you do want to check it out. But in this video, we wanted to go over our top 10 most wanted Black Series re-releases.
So basically, here's what we're going to do. The criteria is we're doing our top 5 re-releases. They have to be figures that have already been produced and put out. Could be across any platform, retail or online, exclusives, whatever, but it has to be something that has already been released. There cannot be any retooling. So it can't be like even including like the Han Solo, the old man Han Solo that they did from The Force Awakens, where they resculpted the face. That's a no-go. Just has to be a figure that they can put right back out, but it can have different accessories, different soft goods, or paint redeco, including 3D painting. However, it cannot just be a list of Lukeness's top 5 clone repaints that have not come out yet. It has to be an item that has already been out. So Apo, yes. 212th, no. Not on the 2023 body.
Well, just to let you know, I actually don't have any clones on my list, so yep.
Who are you?
I already have all the ones I want.
you cut your hair and you became a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No clones, really?
Nope. I only have one prequel character, actually.
Oh, yeah. Man. All right. You want to kick it off?
Yeah. Jumping into my number 5 spot. We each did 5, 10 total. So for my number 5 spot, I actually went ahead and I picked, this one is going to shock a lot of people, and it's kind of notorious for people not liking it, but I gave it to the Remnant Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian.
Nice.
Yeah. This is one that I genuinely really like. It's grown on me a lot the last year. I know when it first came out, I thought it looked so bad, but looking back, it doesn't look as bad as I remember. And it's one of those, like the Stormtroopers that we have been getting, they're just plain white, and we've gotten 27 different versions of them. And so looking back, since this one is on that like 2020 Stormtrooper mold, which is an amazing mold, I really want to go back and kind of look at some of the paint apps they were able to put on that, because it's a great body. I want to see them do more stuff like that in the future. And this one was originally a Target exclusive, and it was impossible to find at retail. So I think I'd definitely like a chance to get it again, and that's going to be one of the things I'm looking for at ICCCon here in a few weeks.
Nice. It's funny. I actually had the Remnant Stormtrooper on my list, and I was like, if I put this up here, I remembered you didn't like it, and I was like, he's going to give me such a bad time for it. So I took it off my list. I'm glad I did, because then now we can have something different. But yeah, that was a great figure. I liked it a lot. I had a bunch of them because my Target, for some reason, ended up getting like 2 or 3 cases worth, and then they went on clearance. So
really, I don't think my Target even got them. So
my those came out in 2020, right? Yeah. It was like right after the regular Stormtrooper came out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was during the pandemic, and nobody was going shopping for toys, and so they just sat on the shelves, and then eventually clearanced out. I think I got them for like $15 a pop, so I ended up buying a bunch because I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to set up a big Mando display," and then the value on them got to the point where I was like, I don't feel comfortable having these anymore, and so I got rid of them all. But my number 5, I'm gonna go Bad Batch Rex.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Wait, did I just steal one from you?
No. I just don't like your pick.
Why? What's bad? What don't you like about the Bad Batch Rex?
Because the paint apps suck on it. There's like no paint on it compared to the original like Rex.
Paint apps can be updated for the purposes of this video criteria.
Oh, so you're gonna do Bad Batch Rex, but with the old Rex paint apps?
I don't know. I just like the figure. I thought it was cool with the poncho. I thought it came with like enough cool accessories. A little pricey, when it came out at Walmart for
Mm.
what, $27.98?
That was $29.99.
Really?
I want to say, yeah, it was $30.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like the design of it. Again, it's one of those that I had, and then when I started going through and cutting back on a lot of the types of figures that I had, and I was looking for the perfect ones. I said, "Oh, they're gonna come out with another Rex eventually, and they're gonna fix it so his chin doesn't stick out from underneath his helmet." And so I got rid of my Bad Batch Rexes, but I'd like to see it. I kind of miss it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not one that I really like too much just because of the paint apps. So if they were able to update the paint apps, I think I'd like it a little bit better. But it's nowhere near as good as the original Rex.
At least the poncho covers up the pin legs.
I don't even use the poncho. I took it off. I thought the poncho was dumb.
That's like the coolest thing about it.
The armor's cool. The poncho just covers up the cool armor. I don't know.
Well, that's why you need to have multiples. You have one with the armor and one with the poncho.
I didn't even want the one.
Then why'd you buy it?
So I could do a comparison video.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is actually the Death Trooper Commander. This one was only released in a 3-pack with Cassian and Jin Erso. I forgot her name for some reason. It was only in a 3-pack with those two characters, and I really like the look with the big pauldron, and so I really hope we get a single release version of this one down the line. I know that pack is like $17 on eBay or something, so you can get it for under retail. But I think it's one of those figures that needs a traditional mainline or archive re-release. So
Yeah, I dig it, and that because of the color scheme of that figure, the pin legs, it kind of hides it, and so it doesn't bother me as much. Yeah, that extra kind of combat gear
mhm.
piece is super cool. That's one of those that I regret getting rid of. So yeah, I think that would be a good pick.
Yep. Alrighty, what is your number 4?
So my number 4, I'm actually going to do a multi-pack. I think they should re-release as a box set Delta Squad.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that Delta Squad as a 4-pack, you could even do it in maybe they have it as like a fold out thing where it's a little bit deeper and it actually has the characters in like a pose instead of just having them in their plastic containment. Just so you could fold it out, you could have it on your shelf where they've got all their weapons drawn. I think it'd be awesome. Maybe update the T visor deco so it's not just that metallic blue, but do where it's got like the two-tone where it looks like the brighter blue and then it kind of darkens a little. Yeah, if you make it a deluxe set, you could throw some washing on there to make them look like they're a little more beat up. But yeah, I just think that'd be super cool, especially after they just came out with the Last Command set. Pretty reasonable for 4 figures at $90. Maybe they do the same thing for this. $90, $100. You get all 4 figures, put it out at GameStop for Christmas 2024. I would buy it.
Yeah, I already have all 4 figures, so I probably wouldn't buy it again unless there's something like super special with it, like a new gun or backpack or something to go with it. But as far as that goes as an idea, I absolutely love that idea. I know both. I want to say both. Is it Boss and Sev that are really expensive now on the aftermarket, or I know there's 2 of them that are really expensive now.
I think it's Boss and Scorch.
Might be, yeah, it's probably Boss and Scorch. They're just super expensive now, and so I think getting them out there in like the form of a 4-pack would be great. So I really like that idea.
Thanks. All right, number 3, what do you got?
My number 3 is my only prequel figure on the list, and that is the Geonosian Battle Droid.
I was waiting to see if you would be like, did he freeze?
No, I know you didn't freeze because you were blinking, but
Cool. Reasoning?
Yeah, I think it's easily the best like deco we have for the battle droid. I think it looks the best. It's not perfectly accurate to what color the Geonosian battle droid should be, but I think it looks really good, and the weathering on it is really good. And I know it's one that's pretty dang expensive now on the aftermarket. I think it goes for about $40-$45. And so it's one I think needs to get back out there. It's perfect for army building. And now that we've been getting more Attack the Clones Jedi like Aayla Secura and Kiadi Mundi, it'd be nice to kind of build your Geonosian army alongside, oh, and Plo Koon, of course, but alongside your brand new super battle droids and your droidicas. So,
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. And even what would qualify for the purposes of this video is they could change the coloring of the plastic to was it too dark
it's
in
too
the
dark. It
early?
should be
Yeah,
more of like a,
like reddish.
yeah, reddish.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good pick.
Mhm. Thank
Uh,
you.
uh, I will. Can we make the exception that an added accessory would be a stand for it, so it clips in, so
Oh,
it doesn't fall
I
over?
I hope so. I think that needs to be on all the battle droids now, just because they suck so bad to stand up.
Sidebar: I don't know if we've talked about this, but would you prefer if they had solid legs with only jointing at the hips for battle droids, so that they were more, so that they stood better, or do you like the articulation?
No, I think they just need to redo the legs altogether. I think my problem is like there's no like ball joints at the hips to be able to get any like spread on the legs, and so the balance is like kind of central. And so with the heavy backpack and if you're holding the blaster out, there's no balance, and I think the ankle joints are like really loose too, and so it's just really hard to get the thing to balance straight up. So maybe if they added some more ball joints or something in there to actually get it to pose a little bit better, I think would be the way to go. And I hope they do that with the commando droid coming out here pretty soon. Anyway, what is your number 3?
My number three. Um, I'm going to go with Jedi Master Luke
Which
from the Last
version?
Jedi. From the
Uh,
Last Jedi.
really, you're pulling my leg here.
No, I'm serious
You can
because
you can just have mine. I mean,
you have my address. Here's what I
I'm
think they
keeping the
should do.
island, but you can have the figure.
That's fair because that's the version that I want. I think it should be the version with the soft goods. And even
The
though,
diecast hand.
well, it didn't come with a plastic hand too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good enough looking figure. I think that with the soft goods tunic, that definitely adds to it, and they need to figure out how to make his cape work because every version of that figure, the cape did not work. But the face sculpt is there, but you had two different versions. You had the regular release where he just looked really, really sad, like droopy eyes. And then you had the Target exclusive where they did like the rosy cheek thing and he looked like he was drunk. So
Yeah.
I think that if they just did face painting, do the 3D face printing and detail it up, it could be a solid looking figure. And it gets Luke back on the shelf, which I think is awesome. And yeah, I know that was kind of my wild card one, but if you don't like it,
I think it's an interesting idea. I just think, it's a Last Jedi figure, and it's a version of Luke that everybody hates. Everybody hates on that character version of Luke and like what they did with his character. It wouldn't sell.
what's your number two?
My number 2 is the Orange Pauldron Sand Trooper,
The first one,
the first one. Yep.
the orange box.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That look on your face. That should have been my reaction to Luke. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid figure. Obviously, it's on that old Stormtrooper body, so articulation kind of sucks. But as far as the paint apps and the sculpt goes, like the helmet sculpt, it still stands up to today. It comes with like 3 different blasters, and it's just one that has not been re-released since the Orange Box line, and so I've never had a chance to pick it up. And it's one that I really want because I think the paint deco on it for like the sand effect is something that they've just never been able to recreate I don't know what they did when I don't know if they switched to like the digital painting or whatever, or printing, but they just never been able to recreate weathering like they did on that figure. And so it's one that I do really want to pick up.
I don't like the legs on that figure. They kind of bow
That's
out.
that's most of the double jointed figures. Same with the clones on that 2013 body. If you leave them standing up for long enough, they do that too.
It's all that weight, all the top weight on the knee joints, that even though
Hmm.
the pins are rigid plastic, the jointing on the like the calf part and then on the thigh part are soft, and so they go woo over time.
Yeah,
But no, it definitely a great looking figure. Maybe prop him up a little bit so he doesn't get that weird look. But wow, interesting,
yeah.
interesting.
I have the white pauldron one that came in the Entertainment Earth 4 pack, but I never got the orange pauldron one. So
Hmm. All right, so we both have one that the other is not a super fan of. Wow, I didn't know you
yeah.
hated Luke Jedi that much.
I mean, I have the figure. It's an okay figure. It's just I don't like that version of the character.
Well, since I burned through two of them, I actually think Kylo Ren would be an interesting one, but I've got two bangers that I really want to get to. So my number two, Cara Dune.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
I think that it's been long enough. And I think with if the rumors are at all true, the rumors that have been rumors for like the last 5 years, but it finally may be happening that Kathleen Kennedy is on her way out at Lucasfilm. And if that's the case, then maybe the ban will be lifted. I think it would be awesome if they came out with, I mean, could be a regular version, could be a deluxe box set, give her all kinds of different weapons and stuff as like a welcome back, Gina Carano. But yeah, long overdue figure. It actually, it's one of the best figures I remember in that time period. Number 94 Mando was cool, and then she was awesome. There were some kind of stinkers in that era, but yeah, solid figure, and it's been too long. We need her back.
Yeah, really good figure. I only ever got the credit collection version, not the normal one. So would like a re-release of the normal one. Alrighty, so my number one is actually a 2 pack, and it's also a vehicle set. So I hope that's allowed. But it is the Shadow Squadron's 2 pack with the speeder bike.
I
So
love it.
one that I really want to get. I love the idea of just blacked out stormtrooper, and it's one I'd like to see re-released. And it's another one of those. It's been rumored with the Nerdzoic re-releases for a long time now, and then they kind of ended the re-release program, and then out of nowhere they just have these 4 random re-releases, and 2 of those re-releases were on Nerdzoic's re-release list, and so at this point, there's still an opportunity for this figure to be re-released, and so because of that, it's one I really, really want to see re-released, and it's another one of those. It's a great addition to the vehicle line. If they're trying to resurrect that, I think this one is one they need to do a re-release of because it always sells super well. At least speeder bikes do. I know like the Mandalorian version with the white speeder bike sold like hotcakes, and it never went back in stock on Amazon. So
Right. No, that's a solid set. Yeah, I remember seeing it in store, and I passed on it at the time because I was like, oh, I don't remember specifically seeing it in anything, and I was kind of in that phase where I was like, oh, I want it to be something that was on screen, something memorable to me. So I passed on it. In hindsight, though, yeah, you're right. It's so cool looking,
mhm.
and just like not just that it's the blacked out stormtrooper and biker scout, but that like the stormtrooper had kind of like a glossy black
Yeah,
to him too, and it just yeah, that that would have been cool. Didn't he have like a shoulder pad?
yeah, he had a pauldron.
Did he?
Yep.
Was it just the pauldron, or did it have the strap things like the Death Trooper?
I don't think he had the straps. I think it was just a pauldron, but he had a big like ammo pouch.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
nice.
So yeah. What's your number one?
You're gonna be mad.
Is it the same thing? I won't be mad if
No,
it's the same thing.
no.
Oh,
But
is it another Last Jedi figure? It's gonna be Ray Island Journey Ray.
Island Journey Ray. Yeah. How did
Is
you?
it actually? Is it actually?
No,
Oh, okay.
come on.
Got my hopes up. Oh, it's Admiral. It's Holdo.
Yes,
Rose
what they
Tico.
need to do, Hasbro needs to go to all the Ollies, buy all of them back, and then just put them back out as a
Yep.
re-release. Um, no, my number one desired re-release figure, Kenner Boba Fett.
Hmm. I'm on the fence with that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's what I think. The San Diego Comic Con release, if I'm not mistaken, had the kind of holofoil retro packaging. So here's what I would do to differentiate it: just put it on a straight single card back, like the Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi anniversary carded figures, but have it be in the old school Kenner Deco, so it wouldn't have the hollow foil on the packaging. So you could tell that it wasn't the original San Diego Comic Con release, but it would give people access to it because I would love to have that figure, and I had absolutely no chance to get it at all. I didn't. I knew people that went to Comic Con that year. Nobody was going to be willing to stand in line for a chance to probably end up not being able to buy it, and just spending over $150 on it on the secondary market just isn't in the cards. So put it out as like an Amazon exclusive for Christmas. It's a figure that they've already released several times, and just do the old school Kenner color scheme, and yeah, then I can have my Kenner Boba Fett.
Now, hear me out on this one. Instead of doing a carded release, you do a box release with like some kind of like exclusive fancy packaging, kind of like the Amazon villains like black and red packaging is, something like that to that extent. But it's the Kenner Deco on the newer Return of the Jedi body with the updated articulation, not the older 2013 body.
That sort of breaks the rules for our video, but I like
You
that
said you
better.
said paint. You said paint can change.
Okay, I mean, I'm willing to break that rule, and make that concession if you are, because
Yeah.
that's a much better idea. Having it on the new body, everyone that missed out on it the first time.
Well, I say anybody who missed out on it the first time is probably going to be happy because they're going to be getting it on a newer body with better articulation.
And then now that you mention like the box, what if they just did it in kind of the I can't fingers. There we go. Uh, the new style squared out box. Maybe have it be a special color for the Kenner Boba Fett. Maybe even do the hollow foil kind of thing, but it's in a box instead of on the card. Ooh,
Yeah.
wait. What if they did? They did it in a box, but they did it in the retro style Kenner 12-inch boxes with the
Ooh.
little flap that, like, I don't know if you
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
where the flap kind of sticks out on the front and the box part sticks in the
Mm-hmm.
back. So when you're looking at it on the shelf, it has like a lot of surface area, and then the bulk of the figure is like tucked behind it. But oh, that'd
Yeah.
be cool too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I like that idea better. That way, it keeps the exclusivity of the first one, but it allows for upgraded on like a re-release if you want to take it out of the box and actually have it out. But yeah, those were our 10 picks for re releases we want to see come to the Black Series. Now, make sure to leave a comment with some of your top picks for re releases you guys want to see, because I know there's a lot of figures out there that are still really desirable and hard to get and expensive on the aftermarket. So I'd love to know what your guys' picks would be, but that is going to do it for this episode of Somewhere in Space. This may all be happening right now. Let us know down below if you guys like the shorter format videos. It's something we're trying out, and we just want to get a little bit of your guys' feedback on it. But yeah, do you have any closing thoughts you'd like to say?
I love doing stuff like this. I love our little lists, and I think that some of the stuff that we've brought up it's likely we could see those down the line. I know that they are moving into doing some resculpting, episode 3 Obi-Wan and Anakin and the 2023 Clone Trooper and all that stuff coming down the pipeline, but there are some old figures that still hold up, and maybe we'll get to see them on the shelf again. Like, I found this at GameStop the other day and I forgot how awesome it is, and I had to get them. So yeah,
Same.
it's neat, especially when you have experiences like that. Didn't even think that I would ever want a Plo Koon figure again. I walked into GameStop and I was like, "Oh, second chance!" and I grabbed it. So yeah,
Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Summer in Space. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.